He's always on time, because your own time and God's own time are totally different. He is always on time. He is the master over time. He has power over time. Tell him again, he's always on time. But you want what you want, and you want it now. But God has his own timetable. He's always on time. Are you hearing me? He's always on time. He's always on time. You remember that songwriter said, he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. And I'm going to leave that part out about him maybe not coming when I want him, but I'm going to keep this part in that says he's always on time. He's always. How many times is always? He's always on time. Even the times that it seemed like he had forgotten about me, he was still on time. He got there just in time before the eviction notice. I wish I had a witness. He's always on time. He made it there before the disease became stage 4. He's always on time. I wish I had a witness. Come on, talk back to me. Come on, talk back to me. Somebody gave it to you at the last minute. I wish I had a witness. Because he'll always get to you no matter where you are, no matter what time it is. Don't you remember he came walking to the disciples on the water between 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning? Tell somebody he's always on time. Tell him he'll get to you any way he has to. If he got to come walking on the water, he's always on time. If your brother has been dead and stinking for 4 days, he's always on time. If you've been at the pool of Bethesda for 38 years, he's always, come on, help me say it. He's always on time. If you were born blind, he's always on time. If you're bathing, basking, and drowning in misfortune, he's always on time. If you can't find a job, he's always. I don't believe y'all hear me. Slap your neighbor high five and say, the pastor said he's always on time. Turn to the other side and say, the pastor said this early in the morning that he is always on time. Always. 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 Wow. Wow. Always. Let me get to it. Number one. Again, in God's silence, God is often trying to forge, foster, and facilitate our faith. Like it or not, the honest truth is that trials and tribulations mature our faith. And furthermore, sometimes God stands by in silence and says nothing, because it actually helps you to mature. James 1:12 says, count it all joy when you experience trials, because those trials come so that you may develop patience with God. So that you may develop patience with God. So that you may develop patience with God. What is patience with God? What is patience with God? Patience with God is holding a consistent course or a consistent regimen of righteousness until I get my desired results. Notice what I said. What is patience with God? Holding a consistent course of righteousness or a consistent regimen of righteousness until I get my desired result. And notice what it is. A consistent course of righteousness. Wow. A consistent course of righteousness. You can't be vacillating in and out. If you're expecting God to do it, sometimes you got to keep your mouth closed rather than cursing the person out. I wish I had some witnesses in here, because you're going to hold a consistent course of righteousness or a consistent regimen of righteousness until you get your desired results. Now, God will stand back and let you do it your way. I wish I had a witness. But if you're going to operate in patience and wait for God to do it and wait and work according to God's timetable, then you got to hold a consistent regimen of righteousness until you get your desired results. So sometimes God allows us to go through some stuff, and he purposely doesn't come when we first call him. He purposely doesn't budge when we beckon him, and as a result, because we have no other choice, we learn how to wait on him.